I've said it before. I'll say it again. I love that number 3 is World of Color. Anyway, hello everybody. Greetings, welcome. We're with Mike C live at Downtown Disney. Mike, tell us what's going on.
Hey, I'm inside the Star Wars Trading Post in the former Rainforest Cafe building here at Downtown Disney District. On the first day of its regular operation, they had 3 days of Legacy Passholder previews before today. But right now, you can come and get in line, a long line outside, and get into the shop.
That long line is why we're coming at you a little bit early, live from Downtown Disney, is because we want to allow everybody watching to get a view of it, but also allow those waiting in that very long line to get into the Star Wars Trading Post.
Exactly. We were going to go live at 11, but I thought let's do it a little bit early and get out of people's way here.
So this is all apparently looks like stuff that could be found in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in the park.
Yeah.
But as Disneyland is still closed, now they have the option to come here.
Yeah, it is mostly Galaxy's Edge merchandise, although there is some other stuff kind of mixed in. Like, you don't see a lot of Grogu, Baby Yoda stuff in Galaxy's Edge, but they do have some of that here.
Dino Tom wants to know, do they have Black Series figures there?
Okay, so that's a great question, and something that I was curious about too, whether they'd be selling regular Black Series figures that are not the Galaxy's Edge Black Series figures, but the answer looks like no, because they have like the Galaxy's Edge exclusive Black Series 3-packs. Like this one has Kylo Ren and the other First Order characters, and you also got the Resistance ones on the other side. But other than the ones that were made for Galaxy's Edge specifically, I haven't seen any other Black Series figures.
So Chris is saying, this is trippy. I used to work at Rainforest Cafe, and seeing it filled with Star Wars stuff is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I've been spending a bit of time in here today and on Tuesday, and I was like trying to figure out what exactly was here with Rainforest Cafe and what they've added. Obviously, a lot of the like beat up tech stuff is new.
But if you go back to the right, those like orangish brown tubes, that's the old fish tank. Oh, we're losing signal a little bit.
I didn't even make that connection.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right, and thank you for pointing that out, because I was wondering, like, I mean, my geography of the Rainforest Cafe was all mixed up in my head. But you're totally right. That is the aquarium that they've like papered over.
Hopefully the fish have been removed.
Yeah, hopefully they're not behind this red floating dead back there behind the red stickers. But that's absolutely correct. That is the old walk under aquarium that used to be here in the Rainforest Cafe.
And then you'd go to your table from there or something, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Joel wants to know, do they have Han Solo's dice?
Yes, they do. In fact, it's right here.
Assistant guest number 27 at the lightsaber counter. Assistant guest number 27.
So there you can get Han's dice. There's also Watto's chance cubes.
Assistant guest number 27 and 28.
Here's some more Black Series figures. These were from the Target Galaxy's Edge Trading Outpost exclusive that they started selling at the Wonderground Gallery a little while ago. So I was incorrect earlier when I said there were no other Black Series figures, but those are also tied to Galaxy's Edge. So I was kind of right.
Now you mentioned Wonderground. I'm sure we'll find out in a minute. Did it reopen today?
I haven't been over there yet, but we're going to go over there right after this. But
we'll find out together.
While I was in here, I thought we should live stream, and it seems like I've got a decent signal, even way back in the back here. And
you broke up a little bit, but you've been fine.
Okay, this is my favorite area, and I'm pretty sure this shelving is left over from the Rainforest Cafe, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it.
And they've just used it to set up all the plush creatures from the creature stall and from the Toydarian toy shop in Galaxy's Edge. And there's even like a little porg's nest here. And then I like this little alcove here where there's just some apparel and other toys and stuff.
Nice.
And they've got up on the top shelves and in some of the little cubby holes, there's some little hidden details, little Star Warsy Easter eggs and stuff. Yeah, I think they did a pretty good job.
Now you can't do any of the custom stuff though, right? Like you can't build a droid or anything like that here.
No, you can purchase one of the Legacy lightsabers, which are the pre-built ones that look like the lightsabers you'd see in the movies or the cartoons and stuff, but you can't build your own. Some helmets and masks up there. Would
you say this is similar to the stuff in Galaxy's Edge, or more similar to like the Launch Bay cargo store at Launch Bay?
Oh, it's more Galaxy's Edge stuff.
Okay.
It's even divided into kind of the same sections. Like this is all First Order stuff here. The Resistance stuff is all over on the other side. And then like the middle is all like the generic like Black Spire Outpost merch. Trying to
Lots
think of
of
what
plush.
else to show you while we're in here. Some other cool details like hidden up here in these shelves.
I know a lot of feedback online about the whole transformation of this from Rainforest Cafe into this store is a lot of people are upset that they didn't use more space. But I said, or I didn't say, but I say out loud, this is more of a, would you say, temporary offering until the park reopens?
I thought for sure it was going to be until I saw how much work that they put into it.
Okay.
And now I think it might end up just being where you can go to get Star Wars stuff outside the parks.
Okay. Disney Springs has one similar, so I would believe that as well.
Yeah.
And our park is open.
I could be wrong about that, but it just seems to me like they planned for this to last a little bit.
Do you think it would go further into the Rainforest Cafe space?
No, I don't see them expanding past this, but it's pretty good. It's a pretty good amount of space. And here's that sipper that's newly available here, and it has been available at Walt Disney World. And then here's the Legacy lightsabers. People are shopping. See if we can take
it. Almost looks like a jewelry counter.
Yeah. The first video I posted the other day, people were complaining I didn't show the Legacy lightsabers. So I'm like making sure to get that, to include that here. People love these. There's people are spending thousands of dollars on these today.
Well, they're, what would you say, about $200 each?
Yeah, looks like $130 to $150 to $200. Yeah, these are the Ahsoka's 2 lightsabers there, so that's $200. And then you got the Kyber crystals and the.
Chris wants to know: do they have Mace Windu's hilt?
Oh, good question. Mace Windu. Let's see. Temple Guard, Luke, Rey, Ventress, Ahsoka, Darth Tyrannos. I guess I'll just ask because I don't want to infringe on these people's personal space. Do you know offhand if you have Mace Windu's hilt?
Windows is going to be the
Oh, how did I miss that? It's right there. Mace Windu.
There you go.
$30. Okay. All right. Well, what else should we look at in here before we leave?
Did we cover all of it?
I mean, I feel like we got a good sense of it. I also just shot about probably 25 minutes worth of footage just walking around looking at every display. I think I've made up for my lack of thoroughness the other day, so I'm going to be uploading that video.
Is that the new gift card?
Yeah, so this is the second version of this Batu and Spira gift card. The first one was silver. The first one was gold, and this one is silver color. There you go.
I can't remember. I think it was you who said it on a previous stream or something. But people who use the gift cards just for when they're in Galaxy's Edge, so they feel like a local and throw it down like at Oga's Cantina. Yeah,
that's what I was saying. I want to like assign a denomination to each color and only put that amount of money on each gift card, just to, I don't know, overcomplicate things in my life.
I like it though. I was thinking of going when my stepdad comes to visit because he's a big Star Wars guy too. Going out to Oga's and being like, check it out. Like I've got street cred, and throw that card down.
Right. All right. I think I'm just gonna spin around here and give you a little bit of a sense of the space before we move on.
Before we walk out, we are live, everybody. If there's any last-minute questions or comments that anybody wants to see, feel free to throw them at us really fast before we go tour the rest of downtown Disney and Buena Vista Street.
But I do think they did a great job, and I feel that Star Wars atmosphere in here, which is really
it's one of those ones where if you didn't know what was there before, it looks like it's always been this way.
Yeah. Good eye on the fish tanks, though. I never would have made that connection.
I like my aquariums.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So,
hello, Frozen Fun.
And here's the so you take a number when you come in.
Okay.
And then this will tick up throughout the day as they go through guests at the Legacy lightsaber counter.
Okay.
I'll show you where you get your number. Oh, and then before we go, we should also look at Grogu's little hover pram. People are very excited.
That's right. You got a little bit of exclusive information from an Imagineer about that, right?
Yeah. So this is I was told this is a production copy right off the set of The Mandalorian of Grogu's little hover pram, and I was asked if this is like smaller than I pictured it in real life, and it is a little bit smaller, but I think Grogu, the character, is probably smaller. The puppet is smaller than you would think he is. But I don't know if you want to get like scale with my hand there or whatever, but yeah, it's pretty cool to have that here. A detail that was not in Galaxy's Edge that they've kind of brought in for the trading poster.
Nice. Nathan says, "What's up, Laughing Place?" As well as his string of greetings to Doobie, Gideon, and Jeremiah.
And I like this over here. They've got this. I think it's called a tactical map.
Okay.
You would see
those are also in the queue for Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah,
correct?
I was gonna say they have a lot of these in the queue for Rise of the Resistance. You see them a bunch in the Star Wars movies. What's up, Nathan? And then before we go out, I'll just show you where you pull your number.
And this is only for the lightsabers.
Yeah, this is for if you want to buy a Legacy lightsaber. You take a number here, and then your number will come up on that LED display over there, and they'll call the number as well, and then you go and tell them what you want, I guess.
Nice. Noisy Zero wants to know, is it packed at downtown Disney?
We're about to find out because we're gonna make some space in here unless some other guests come in.
And is that Droid Depot stuff right in front of you?
Yeah, so this is all the Droid Depot. They've got all the color changing droids, and this is my favorite pack. It's got all the droids that you see outside the Droid Depot and Galaxy's Edge, and then you got that DJ Rex.
Hey, wait a minute. That's 5 feet away from me right now.
Yeah, and they got the C-3PO and the BB-8s and stuff over here.
I like that you remembered I had that.
Yeah, I know. It's on your shelf behind you there. And I like you can get the personality chips for your droid, even though you can't build.
So you can't make it, but you could custom, like if you already have one, you can buy the other stuff for it. That's cool.
I'm not sure what pressing these buttons does other than spread disease. Oh, I think it's making noises. I see. Okay. All right. Are we good? I think we're good, right?
I think we're good. Noisy Zero, was this place the Rainforest Cafe before? Yes, it was. Yes. We were actually commenting a little bit ago.
The trees from the Rainforest Cafe, but it's also very Star. If you look at like the base on the planet Dakar and the Force Awakens, they have all the tree roots and stuff growing in there. So it does feel like a Star Wars Resistance base. So I think they did a good job, and it was a good choice. And they got a lot of wires hanging down from the ceiling that you wouldn't see in the Rainforest Cafe. So cool. Okay, good. Let's let somebody else come in here.
Let's take a walk.
Okay, we'll step out. They also, since I was here on Tuesday, they've added some additional merchandise displays outside here.
Noisy Zero again. Rest in peace, Rainforest Cafe, but the new Star Wars store looks really nice. How long ago did Rainforest Cafe close? It's been like 4 years or something, hasn't it?
I want to say like 2.5 or 3 years, but you might be right because time goes so fast. But there's the sign up close. And here's the line of people waiting to get in there.
Oh wow.
That we just let another person go in by leaving after I was in there for I think over an hour. So I'm sorry. Let's see how far back this line goes.
It looks like it's going back towards the parking garages. Am I right?
It's certainly going back around toward the security checkpoint
Okay.
right here. But the parking garages are not open to guests. So
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Coming in on the other side. So end of queue is actually not as long as I thought it was going to be. End of queue is over here, just past the end of the ESPN Zone building. Oh, wait, maybe. Oh, okay. They're doing a virtual queue now.
Oh, okay.
So
Star Wars at a virtual queue. Let's talk about that.
So it's not standby anymore. When I got here this morning, you would just get in line and go into the shop. So now you got to come over here and scan the QR code.
Do we know how long that virtual queue would be?
I don't.
Would any of those two cast members know?
Let me ask. Excuse me. Do you know how long roughly until the callback is? No. Okay.
No.
Thank you.
I know we've just now started calling some people back.
Okay. Cool. Thanks a lot. They don't know.
Okay. Save the Tortuga says June of 2018 is when Rainforest Cafe closed. So almost 3 years now.
Hey, I was pretty close.
Yeah.
And then once you get your text, you just return here and then get in the back of the line right here. So it's hard to tell at this point how long it would take to get into the shop if you were to just arrive at Downtown Disney right now.
Go back to the QR code really fast.
Yeah.
Let's play a game. I'm curious.
Are you going to try it?
Yep. All right, I got it. Hold on.
Did it work?
Yep. Join waitlist. Oh, it might not let me because it wants my... Yeah, I'm too far away. It won't let me join.
Oh, you got to be in the vicinity. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that works as designed then, I guess.
Yes. Oops, looks like you're too far away to join the virtual waitlist. Please move closer to the front entrance and try again.
Okay, to those who were asking how busy it is at Downtown Disney today, we're going to find out right now because I'm about to join the flow of the main path here. It doesn't look that bad.
No. You're also, of course, in that corner where not a lot is open, not just because of the pandemic or anything like that, but also because this was going to be a hotel that got canceled. So they closed all the businesses.
Yeah, I feel like this end of the resort has such a weird history at this point. Like people, like if you came here for the first time, you'd be like, "What is this I'm looking at?"
Yep.
This weird rotunda.
It's the ABC gazebo.
And it's got movie poster frames.
Lori Jean, we're going to find out if the Wonderground Gallery did reopen.
Yeah, we're going there right now. I have a feeling that's got a bit of a wait probably too.
And Sugar Boo.
Have you been in that Sugar Boo?
I have not been in that Sugar Boo. I was just thinking about, because yesterday I was doing a stream with Jeremiah at Disney Springs, and he walked by that Sugar Boo.
Oh, I didn't realize there was one in Disney Springs.
I literally just correlated that right now that there's one at each. Is that the line for Lego?
This is the line for the Lego store, yeah.
Nice.
Wraps around down by the bathrooms. And then not too much of a line for the pin traders.
Are you guys getting new pins there too?
Yeah.
Because ours is like usually a central hub. Like there's always something happening there.
In the pin trader?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's also like their Funko store and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. We're coming up on the Wonderground Gallery. We're going to see what the wait is like over there. It's a nice day.
It looks nice.
Sunny and warm. I don't have my hoodie on.
Sunshine wants to know, are the lines a result of social distancing? Yes. Mike, you could probably elaborate more on this, but there are capacity limits and they're distancing the people apart in the line, right?
Yes, both things are true. Obviously, I think probably when the pandemic eventually has passed us by, hopefully, they will let more people into the shops at a time than they are now, and there won't be as many lines. I would think. I mean, I'm trying to remember ever having to wait in line to go into a store at Downtown Disney before last year.
That wasn't for like an event release or something.
Yeah, right. Because I came for like Force Friday or whatever when they were releasing Star Wars stuff. But on a regular day, it's pretty rare.
This is the Wonderground line?
Yeah, so here's the Wonderground Gallery, which is now.
So it is reopened.
What's up? How are you?
Hi, I like her sweatshirt. Tell her we like her sweatshirt. Oh, she was waving at her friend. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm retracted.
Right, got Disney MGM Studios. And it looks, let's see. It looks a lot like it used to look. Wonderground.
That's probably my favorite store at Downtown Disney.
The line's not terribly long, so after we finish the stream, I'll come and wait and check it out inside there. Can't really see because of the glare.
Sean John, this is not Florida. This is actually Downtown Disney in California, the middle ground between Disneyland and California Adventure. There was no line to get into Downtown Disney, was there?
Well, I got here before it opened, so I did wait in a line for like 45 minutes. As of right now, I don't know because I'm inside.
Yep. I think it was the last stream you previously said towards the evening there actually gets a line to get in there.
That's what I've heard. I have not come after opening yet. I try to get here right as it's opening or a little bit before, so I don't have to worry about that. But I imagine on some days it's worse than others. And there was a long period, obviously during the stay-at-home orders and stuff, where there was almost nobody here, and it was like a ghost town, and you could just walk in whenever you wanted.
Well, after it first opened, I would say it was like that from what I saw. And then when they reenacted those stay-at-home orders, and you couldn't eat or anything here, but it was still open.
Yes. You can now eat again outside here. Outdoor seating areas like this Uva bar right here.
Sunshine, what merch is at Wonderground Gallery? It's usually independent artists who are contracted by Disney who do very stylized interpretations of Disney movies, attractions, parks, everything. It's a very unique store.
If you watch the Laughing Place Twitter feed, especially like about an hour after we wrap up here, I'll be in there and I'll take as many pictures as I can and post them on the Twitter, and then we'll have a post on the website, laughingplace.com.
And that'll be my task for later in the evening.
Yeah.
C Bacon, is Galaxy's Edge only in California? No, Galaxy's Edge is both in California and at Disney's Hollywood Studios in Florida.
It is in California. It's not accessible in California.
Correct. Yes,
right
I'm
now.
Sorry. Excuse me. It is also temporarily unavailable in California.
You can only go to Galaxy's Edge in Walt Disney World at the moment.
Every time I do this with you, Mike, I want to watch, or I put on the loop that you hear right now.
Did I lose you, Tony?
No, I got you.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear what you said.
It was just really loud. I even commented,
yeah.
Like, it makes me want to listen to the music at home. Noisy Zero, have you guys heard any news on when they're opening the parks? No. Although we do know that coming in March, and this is going to be something Mike will probably cover too, there will be a ticketed food festival at California Adventure. So the park itself, a lot of it will be open in terms of pathways, restaurants, and shops, but the attractions will not be.
Yeah, I think as we get into the spring here in Southern California, I'm going to be spending a little bit more time in the parks because Knott's Berry Farm is having another event.
The taste of I'm stuttering. Taste of Boysenberry Festival.
Yeah, and then we'll be here at DCA for whatever they're going to call that thing, and then hopefully as we get into the summer, maybe we can start looking forward to the parks potentially reopening legitimately. I don't know.
Is California Adventures Food and Wine Festival normally this time of year?
Yes.
So I wonder if it would have anything to do with that.
It was in the middle. It was right in the middle of it when everything shut down, because we still had our tasting card that was like half used, and we still have it, like with I think 3 or 4 tabs like unused. So hopefully they will honor those eventually.
Yeah. Hopefully. And is that the line for World of Disney?
Yeah, actually, World of Disney does not have a wait right now, unless it's a virtual queue, but I don't think it is.
C Bacon is asking a question that has a simple answer, but I'm reading it awfully philosophically. What is Downtown Disney? Downtown Disney is a shopping, dining, entertainment district that connects both California Adventure and Disneyland, as well as the 3 hotels of the resort.
Right. If you want to come to Disneyland Resort and spend money and not and enjoy any of the rides, Downtown Disney is the place to be. I feel like
Lori Jean answered it too. Thank you, Lori. Downtown Disney shopping, dining.
I've spent so much more time in Downtown Disney in the last year than I ever have before.
You know, if I were there, I'd probably be in the same boat.
Yeah. I mean, usually it's just a place to walk through to get to the parks, basically. And then I would like stop at the Lego store on the way out. Usually.
Sunshine likes this water fountain. I agree.
Apparently, this is opening day, Downtown Disney.
Yes,
fountain,
it is.
According to Doobie.
Yeah, no, it is accurate.
And it stopped as soon as I turned the camera.
It cycles through some stuff. Yeah, I've always liked that one. There's a couple of water features I really like. Oddly, there's one further back that's just the waterfall, if I remember right. And it's simply to create white noise to distract from the trams pulling in and out when the trams are operating.
That's very smart.
C Bacon, who has said, I'm not from California, I have no idea what's going on, is also asking, what is California Adventure? That is the second theme park at Disneyland Resort, right across the way, the Esplanade here that Mike's walking into, from Disneyland Park, Walt Disney's original theme park.
Yeah, we're gonna say hi to Disneyland before we go into California Adventure. Here's a good guide.
Nemo music
for C Bacon and anyone who is not familiar with the Disneyland Resort. This shows where we are right now in the main entrance plaza. Let's see, where's the UR here? Is there a UR? Yes. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's right there.
I'm standing right here.
I pointed at my screen like you could see me.
And then we just passed the trams station over here, and these are the waterfalls that Tony was just talking about.
Yep.
And then there's the ticket booths, which are right there, where you could buy your ticket ordinarily to go into the theme parks. And then if you turn left, you go into the original Disneyland, and if you turn right, you go into California Adventure, which opened 20 years ago. And Disneyland is coming up on its 66th birthday this July. And then beyond that is Harbor Boulevard and the transportation area. And here's a map. This is a map that'll give you a better idea of like the layout of the whole
resort.
With the parking and everything.
Does it have the Pixar one in there now? The garage?
No, it still calls it Pinocchio.
Okay.
So we get Mickey and Friends, and this is now the Pixar Pals parking structure. It used to be the Pinocchio parking lot, but they have not updated this.
Can you go back to that map really fast?
Yeah.
I'll answer Sunshine's question. Can you go to the park without going through Downtown Disney? Yes, but you have to come in from the east side of the resort.
Yeah, if you stay in one of the hotels on Harbor Boulevard, or if you have somebody drop you off over here on Harbor Boulevard, you can just walk in right here.
Yep.
And then you'd be right here at the Esplanade where the entrances to the parks are. And you don't have to go through downtown Disney. I feel like we're really providing a public service with this stream.
Yes.
For people who aren't familiar with the Disneyland Resort.
I have a lot of friends out here who've never been out to California, and I compare it an awful lot to Universal Orlando, but different, just because they're all in one concise spot.
Right.
It's drastically different between Walt Disney World and Disneyland in terms of, you can't walk from Magic Kingdom to Epcot. It's about a 4-mile monorail ride.
Yes, there's nothing in the Disneyland Resort that isn't like a maximum 20-minute walk from one point to another. Like you could go from the very back. I mean, if you walk briskly, you could go from the very back of one of the parks to the very back of the other park in about 20-25 minutes, I think.
Pirates music.
And here's the entrance to the happiest place on earth. Maybe not currently. What do you think became the happiest place on earth when Disneyland shut down? What was number 2 that got
Downtown Disney, of course.
So, okay. I could have sworn I felt.
I would say Buena Vista.
Less happy.
My honest response would be Buena Vista Street has now become the happiest place on earth. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of any other place that says the second happiest place on earth, and I can't think of any outside of a Simpsons cartoon.
Yeah, right. I asked Doobie this question, and he wasn't sure, but maybe you know, Tony. Before they built the Esplanade here, when it was just the Disneyland parking lot, where did the curb end? Do you know? Where did the sidewalk start?
I have old videos, like old souvenir videos and stuff, and it shows the ticket booths kind of just beyond towards you, the monorail tracks. So I would assume it'd be further out there, like where you are now, like at the 30th anniversary, and I believe they had it at the 35th anniversary, was the big like ticket giveaway machine thing where you'd get a random ticket to win a prize inside.
Yeah.
I would probably say around where you are now, if there even was a curb.
Right.
It might have just been parking lot, and then I guess it would have to be up. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there would have been some kind of barrier, I would think. I just wasn't sure if the monorail track went over the pavement of the parking lot or if it was up on the curb.
Because I think it was, if I remember right, again, I was, in the single digits at this point. It would be monorail track, ticket booth, and then the monorail track that's now going through California Adventure was in the parking lot proper.
Right. Okay. That makes sense to me.
So I'd probably put the curb, if there was a curb, right where you are.
Right. I didn't visit Disneyland in California until like 1997. And I think that was around the time they started building DCA.
Yeah. Because I went for the ready for this when I graduated 8th grade. My celebration trip was to Disneyland for the new Tomorrowland opening, even though it wasn't really a celebration trip because I did it every year. But it was for the new Tomorrowland opening, and that was when we first started seeing all the construction walls in the parking lot.
Right. And we're about to step into Disney California Adventure, which is partially open during this period. The section called Buena Vista Street and the little offshoots of that are open for the shopping and outdoor dining experiences available there.
Noisy Zero says, I miss Disneyland, but I don't miss that churros are almost $5.
And that specialty churro was like, what was it, $6.25?
Something like that. I want to say $6.50. We'll find out in a minute, I guess. Sunshine, do they hold outside concerts? They do live entertainment and stuff throughout downtown Disney, but there's no, like, if you're thinking like, exactly. Yeah. But normally there's like small little things going on throughout.
So back when we first started, right outside the Star Wars Trading Post, former Rainforest Cafe, there's the Downtown Disney live stage where fans would perform in the regular times.
Sunshine wants to know, are the monorail trains identical to Walt Disney World? No. The ones in California, I'm gonna forget. It's like, I want to say Mark 9 now.
Something like that.
but they're the latest generation. We have other people on staff, and I'm sure we have a post somewhere. So go to laughingplace.com. They can talk all about it. But they were updated, I want to say 2008. And I don't think Disney Worlds have been updated since like 1994.
And it shows.
Yes, it does.
And we should point out that this is the monorail track going over this bridge.
Yep.
That was
and that used to be the Golden Gate Bridge.
Exactly.
Which I found out cause like I said, I like the old videos and stuff. They never said the Golden Gate Bridge in them. So I looked it up as to why they never said that. Golden Gate Bridge is a registered trademark of like the San Francisco government. So to use it in promotional pieces, they'd have to like give them a profit share or something.
So you can use its likeness, but not its name.
I guess, yeah. Because they'd always be like, here you can walk under the famous San Francisco Bridge.
Nobody cares about the Glendale Hyperion Bridge, I guess. They're like, what bridge does no one have any kind of copyright on?
What does it? Is there a plaque or anything that marks it as that one?
I don't think so, but I just know it because I drive under it on my way here every time I drive down the 5 freeway. I don't think they have a plaque here, but it, intended to represent the Hollywood of Walt Disney's
arrival
arrival in Los Angeles.
We as park nerds know the Glendale Hyperion Bridge, but I feel like it's not anywhere. So C Bacon, how hot is it in California right now? For me, it is 16. I think he said he was in Chicago.
Oh gosh. I don't know the temperature number off my head, but it is a pleasantly warm, I would say. Not overly hot.
I love that loop of music too. Gosh.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, hi, Mike.
Oh, there it is.
It's on. We're referencing a clip that's shown every week on Mondays when we do Disney Theme Park Talk Live, talking all about the latest news on Laughing Place YouTube. Mondays, usually at 4 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern, right?
Yes. Correct.
Like, subscribe, ring the bell, get notified when we do programming like that. Disney always has the best window displays, according to Sunshine.
Agreed. I mean, what other... I guess there's like Saks Fifth Avenue that has famous window displays.
FAO Schwartz, I'm sure, had some at the day.
I guess so.
I'm not disagreeing by any means.
No, me neither.
I love the ones on Main Street that they did for the 60th.
Competition was.
Yeah. According to AccuWeather.com, it is currently 66 degrees in Anaheim with a real feel of 73.
Cool.
I would say moderate.
It's certainly not nothing compared to the troubled areas of the country right now.
Yes, yeah.
Weather-wise, so our thoughts go out to them.
I know yesterday we were talking about it quite a bit, and some of our regular viewers have had trouble. So again, everybody here at Laughing Place, hearts out to you. Wish you all the best. Grizzly Peak Airfield.
As Doobie likes to point out, previously Condor Flats.
I still call it Condor Flats, but I'm which is a great reference right there.
Condor Gas.
Doobie and I both also still call this store when it's open the Fly and Buy. I think it's called Humphreys now.
Yes, it is Humphreys Service and Supply. Yep. I haven't spent much time.
Thanks for joining us, C Bacon.
Oh, C Bacon. See you later.
Yep.
I never looked in these lockers before. I'm going to check them out here.
Let's do it.
So it's like firefighting equipment, I think.
Yeah. Well, you have Smoke Jumper's Grill, which is right across the way, which is firefighting themed. And it's the
helmet.
national park, and that's tragically a giant problem, and also fear, I guess, in California.
There's a schedule for smoke jumper training, including breakfast, roll call, physical training, parachute steering, lunch, afternoon roll call, classroom. Whoa! Oh no!
Oh no!
What happened there?
Whee!
Sorry.
Everybody hang tight, everybody. And we thought the rides weren't open.
I don't know why that happened. I charged this. Oh, there we go.
I know sometimes my fat thumb accidentally hits that button too sometimes. I think we have the same gimbal.
Yeah, I might have hit something by accident, but it seems to be back online now. Although a little crooked.
So I don't want to point out the music too much right now, but I'm gonna. If you listen, this is actually a score from a legitimate DreamWorks movie, Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
The movie's about a horse going west.
Okay.
So that could be why, quote unquote, but it fits the theme, I think.
I find that so odd because sometimes you'll hear in Disneyland they'll play music from like Sleepy Hollow, the Paramount movie, at Halloween time and stuff, and I'm always like, well, Disney has so many great movie scores. Why are they playing stuff from other studios? I don't get that.
They used to, and I'm not even joking. This is years and years ago. Before Galaxy's Edge and all that, you could hear scores from Harry Potter, not the popular ones, but like some of the like lesser ones at Hollywood Studios.
Wow.
And then in the Land Pavilion at Epcot, and you could also hear E.T.
Yes, I remember that too. I remember within the last 5 years being in the land and hearing the ET score and being like, why is this playing here?
It's the piano one, not the famous, like when he's flying over the moon.
I think it's called Adventures on Earth is the name of the track.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. That's the track that it goes da 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 da.
Yep, that one. But yeah, and then
there's my Spielberg dorkiness coming out of it. But
well, here's my animation nerddom too. And this the score for this is called Homeland. From Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron. And at the time when it came out in 2002 or 3, whatever year it was the longest single shot in animation.
Wow.
It's like 3 minutes or something like that. But it's what was the movie recently that did it all as one camera shot? It was nominated for Best Picture. No, I don't remember. But it was like that. I'm like, a lot of people say, well, and how do you have a camera in animation? I'm like, it's done as one shot. It's not going like one character to one character.
The recent one is animated film?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was a war movie. I want to say it was Christopher Nolan, but I think that's wrong.
Yes, 1917.
Yeah, that one. Where it's all like one continuous shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they cheated on that one, and they cheated in Birdman too.
And they cheated in animation too. But it all looks like a seamless eagle flying through the wilderness of the West.
I actually don't know if it's ever been done without cheating. Actually, because I'm not even sure if there's a format that you can roll on for 90 minutes without cutting. But I'm pretty sure every movie that's been like had that gimmick of all being one take.
Sid Tortuga's 1917.
1917. There you go. I'm pretty sure they always cheat.
Well, this has been Film School with Tony and Mike. Thanks for joining us. I'm curious now if that record's been beaten. For animation, anyway.
Oh, yeah. Are you the kind of person, Tony, like me, who, when you see something cool like that in a movie, you're like, you try to figure out how they did it, like immediately?
Yes. But it also, if it stands out as like a gimmick, like that's what you're trying to do, I lose respect for it. But if I go back later and go, wait a minute, they did that. How did they do that? That's when it really has my attention.
Well, I think there's two different ways to look at it too, because yes, there are times when like the effect jumps out at me and I get taken out of the movie. But then I remember recently there's a shot in the TV show Ted Lasso, which is just like a sitcom basically. But there's a shot where he jumps up and like hits his head on the door frame.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so seamless. And it just seems like it's something that a lot of people would watch and not even think about. But I couldn't stop like obsessing over how they got that shot because they don't cut or anything, and it doesn't look like they used the stunt double. But also, like, I don't think they would actually have Jason Sudeikis hit his head on the door frame.
Maybe.
I don't know. These are the kind of things that I obsess over.
Oops! Stop right there. Look up. There you go. That's the shot. You probably can't hear a word I'm saying right now.
I can kind of hear you.
Okay.
I'm about to not be able to hear you at all. So.
All right. Hey, Gary. Oh, he muted. And he got way loud. Okay. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh, wait, so you could. Okay. I'm going to go back and look at our stream from the 20th anniversary. I feel like they removed some trees.
From where?
Like closer to the right side. Like if you look left, go left again. But I could see his head more clearly than I could the other day.
I think because I was standing in a different spot.
Okay, that could be it then.
I think because I was standing over here.
Gary
did that split screen, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. Gary says, I love Grizzly Bear Mountain. Grizzly Peak is my favorite Disney mountain. That's the ride.
Like
the ride is cool, but I love the ride because it brought us that mountain.
I'm also a fan. Let's take a peek into Avengers Campus.
So do you think this will open with the park when it eventually reopens, or do you think it'll have its own separate opening?
Good question. I'll guess that it will open when the park reopens. Not at the ticketed event or anything, but it'll open when the park is back to like normal operation. And by normal, I just mean like
attractions.
You can buy a ticket and ride the rides and stuff. Yeah. And I think they'll do a what they did for like either Galaxy's Edge or Harry Potter or Wizarding World, where they'll have a certain amount of people that can go in there at a time, and you probably have to get a return time to come back.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think that Spider-Man ride's going to be any good?
I've been on a similar attraction to it called Ninjago at Legoland, Florida, which is basically a rolling Xbox Connect. I think Disney will pull it off better than Ninjago did, but the idea of me throwing my arms out with a bunch of like people next to me, and I have bony elbows, which my girlfriend considers weapons. So I feel like it's an accident waiting to happen, but I think it'll be fun. It also has a Spider-Man attraction bar already set from Islands of Adventure that it won't live up to.
I know. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel.
When they announced they were doing a Spider-Man ride, I literally said, why? Because you have a masterpiece and you're not going to top it.
Disney doesn't have the movie rights to make Spider-Man movies, so it seems odd that they would want that, even like on the synergy level. Like there's so many other characters to choose from.
Yep.
On the Marvel side, that they do have the movie rights for.
Yep.
I guess we'll see.
Like,
Yeah, I'm not huge on the interactive rides. I do like Toy Story Mania though.
I like it. Again, I'm rolling in front of in this case it was to me a Nintendo Wii, especially because they released that game on Nintendo Wii.
Yes.
What is on the other side of that barrier? I'm assuming he means going down towards Paradise Pier, Pacific Wharf. I'm sorry, Pixar Pier, Pacific Wharf, and that area, Cars
Well,
Land.
if they mean this barrier, that's going into.
Oh, that's going towards Avengers Campus. Yeah.
Which is, this is the Spider-Man attraction right there, which is housed in the old It's Tough to Be a Bug theater from The Bug Plan.
And that's so, as horrible as it sounds, that's another reason my expectations for that attraction are lower, because you put a full attraction inside this 3D theater. I know they expanded the building a bit, but
right. Yeah, I'm curious to see what they did with it.
Especially because they announced that right after they filed a patent, and this is really getting into the industry and following it, of a vehicle that could swing, and then they in the patent description it says like you were swinging on a vine through Tarzan or on a web like Spider-Man, and then you're coming out with this rolling box idea.
Right.
Okay. What I am excited for, though, very much so, are the Stuntronics that will be launched off the building tops.
Yeah, that should be cool.
Rose says it's so very calming. Yes. That whole back area of Grizzly Peak, the little wilderness trail that goes beyond the loading area for the raft ride, it used to be part of a smoking area, but that's gone. That whole area is like my favorite part of California Adventure, aside from the animation lobby.
Sure. I do really like Ornament Valley.
Hi, Sparkles.
Cars Land.
Yeah. Cars Land, and I think you've mentioned this too, and I agree 100%. Cars is not my favorite Pixar movie, period. If I would put it on the lower end of the spectrum, but I love Cars Land.
I remember the first time I visited Cars Land and went on Radiator Springs Racers, and it was before I was like a professional theme park journalist. But I think I posted on social media that like I was back when I was still on Facebook actually, but I think I said like in one fell swoop Disney has validated the existence of both Disney California Adventure and the Cars franchise. And I know that's like sacrilegious to people who loved DCA before 2012.
I said I've always liked DCA, but then I grew to love DCA.
Yeah. Here's the line for the yeah.
I was gonna say, if you look to the right again, the animation building is still my favorite thing at the park for reasons, but it's a sad thing as a theme park when you first opened that one of your signature attractions was literally just a waiting room surrounded by movie screens.
Right. It's good enough for John Stamos to get engaged in there, Tony.
It's true. I looked up the cost of having a event/reception there, and it's a very large 5-figure number. So good for him. All right, we're gonna find out the cost of this specialty churro.
Yeah,
my money was on $6.50.
I was right. I was right on the money. It's $6.25.
Ah! All right. Celebrate with a specialty churro.
Vanilla cream, chocolate, sandwich, cookie crumbles, meaning Oreos, and pineapple flavor ice cream.
Can't say Golden Gate Bridge. Can't say Oreo.
And here's as far as we can go into Hollywood Land. The Hyperion Theater in the background. If we crop out the other sky, maybe we can fool ourselves into thinking that's the real sky. Although the The real sky is slightly brighter and
Yeah.
clearer. So
going back to old DCA topics, I think the Hyperion Theater is a beautiful theater, but I hate that you go through that little facade and then you go in through a side door.
right, yeah, that really ruins the illusion.
What's going on the right past Smoothies today?
We're gonna go in. You mean down over here in the Hollywood Studios area?
Yep. I don't like to say Hollywood Studios, it gets confusing.
They still got this WandaVision photo op. Which has still got a decent weight.
Would you say the Backlot Premiere Shop is still as popular now that Buena Vista Street is open, or is it still, or has it like kind of waned?
I will say that I only ever really waited to get in the Backlot Premiere Shop on the first day, I think.
Okay.
Or like the first week. And since then, it's been always been a pretty short wait to get in there. Even before Buena Vista Street reopened and stuff. Should we go in there? There's no wait.
Yeah, as long as we can keep a signal.
Yeah.
Rose says it's so quiet there. I guess in the areas where you are, the Star Wars Trading Post didn't seem that quiet.
Correct, yeah.
At the beginning of our stream.
Well, let's go in the studio, the Backlot Premiere Shop here.
Cool.
Gotta wait at just one, yeah. Thank you.
And thousands of people around the world watching.
Not quite. Thousands. Okay. So they do have these displays for individual attractions and lands at DCA.
Oh, that's cool.
Like this is all Cars Land stuff.
I have that Dinoco shirt.
Me too. I have one that I got at Pixar because I thought it was like unique to buying it at Pixar, and then they started selling it at the parks, or maybe they had been selling it at the parks and I didn't know.
Grizzly River.
This is Grizzly River Rapids or Grizzly River Run. You get some.
Oh, what's that red one? Nice.
And then there's.
Do you have those ears, Mike?
Which ears? This one?
Those ones, yeah. Is that like a little hat? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little bear hat. I do not have that. Then there's a whole Soarin' section. Do we have to end this, Tony? Is there another stream after me?
Nope, we're good.
Okay. I was like, because Benji had said like there's like 3 back-to-back.
There's 3 back-to-back, and we're the third.
We're the third. Okay.
And now watch. I'll give it 45 seconds. My Slack will go off. End it. So this is my theme park nerddom here a little bit. This is clearly merchandise for Epcot, Soren, because the cast member costumes are not flight attendant costumes at California Adventure. They're the military jumpsuits, aren't they?
Sure.
Okay.
I rarely go on Soarin', I have to admit.
Okay.
But yeah, it doesn't say Walt Disney World or Disneyland Resort anywhere on them, so it could be multi-purpose, but I believe you.
Amy says that bear hat is a bare necessity, or is it a barely necessity, Amy? Well, let's talk about it later on Tuesdays. Is it Tuesdays? Barely Necessities, another one of our live programs with Becca and Rebecca.
Here's pins.
Hi, Tammy.
There's a whole Mickey and Minnie section.
So I feel like this is also like a makeshift big Disney store too.
Yes. This song that's playing right now, Anything Goes, reminds me of the movie Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And they have an Indiana Jones section here.
Good segue.
In the Backlot Premiere Shop, including a Temple of Doom sweatshirt you can get. And they've got.
It's been so long since I've seen Temple of Doom. Is that when they're at Club Obi-Wan?
Yes, it opens
Okay.
at Club Obi-Wan in Shanghai. We've
I
been
should get
doing
that
this
puzzle,
puzzle at home, and it's very difficult. We completed the border and the name of the ride and
Okay.
where it says Disneyland, and I think Indiana Jones's face, but everything else is like empty right now. So we're plugging away at it.
My girlfriend and I, we did actually the Grizzly River Run 20th anniversary one as part of that set on Valentine's Day. And that took us like 4 hours. And it's not that big.
This is a fun one. It's got all the little iconography.
I like that.
The snakes and the ark and the idol and a whole bunch of stuff.
Hey, Michael. Tammy says that attraction gives her a headache.
I can believe it.
Ask a little tip. Ask for the front row if you still like enjoying the attraction. The front row is the smoothest, relatively speaking. The back right is where the ride was programmed from. So that's the roughest.
And then this song reminds me of Young Frankenstein. now owned by Disney.
Yes. I'm a perpetual 10-year-old too, so I also like pretending to drive on the Indiana Jones adventure. Give me the steering wheel.
I don't understand why they didn't just let the steering wheel be, let you spin the steering
Spin it, yeah.
It's just locked in place. Just let me pretend like I'm Mr. Toad. Why not?
Probably so your arms aren't flailing while it's so rough.
Yeah, I guess there's a possibility of like a child's arm getting caught in there too.
Yeah.
Or something. This is the Marvel.
What's that blue polo?
Blue polo. It's all superhero logos.
Okay, nice. Very rough ride. And it used to be a lot rougher. With the first couple years, I think it was substantially rougher.
So many Groots.
I feel like they put a lot of money on Groot after Baby Yoda, or Grogu, excuse me. And they're like, hey, remember him?
Hey, we also have another baby that everybody loves for a year. All right. That's the Backlot premiere show.
It's the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I can never say that without messing it up. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Play It sign still up there?
Well, theoretically, it's still there, but I don't even know if we can go that way anymore.
Because they rerouted it. That's right. Never mind.
Yeah, I do see an exit sign over there, but I don't. Oh, so you can actually go out this way and go back out to the Esplanade, I guess.
Oh, nice.
Should we do that?
I'm a fan of Buena Vista Street, but sure.
Or do you want to go back out to DCA? Well,
this is for what everybody else wants to see, not us. Robert says, love that Avengers Quantum Realm jacket. Oh, there it is.
Since you asked, we might as well just go and see the sign here.
Yep.
So, yes, you can still wander back this way.
I've seen pictures of it, and I feel like now, watching it the way you just came, it looks substantially larger than I always thought it was.
Yeah, it's not. It's pretty big. What is this one, Tony? It says Party Box.
I feel like that has something to do with Mad Tea Party, or maybe even Glowfest. I don't know specifically.
Okay. Well, we can actually still go back out and leave through through DCA.
Because if you go that way, don't you hit the behind the scenes parking lot?
Yeah, you come out backstage. But we've done that before.
We are in the Hollywood Pictures Backlot, Hollywoodland, at the Disneyland Backlot premiere shop, an extension of the Downtown Disney District at the Disneyland Resort. So, short answer, yes.
We are certainly adjacent to Disneyland.
I love the Grizzly Peak area, so relaxing. Again, my favorite area of the park. Mike, what's your favorite area of the park?
Of DCA?
Yeah.
I think now I would say sitting. I like to sit out behind Flo's V8 Cafe and look out over Ornament Valley there in Cars Land.
The outdoor seating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I remember we sat there and did breakfast, I think one of our second mornings. and it like we wanted to sit like someplace out of the way from everybody, and we saw these tables that there was nobody there, and we just go outside and sit there. And I'm like, and then we kind of processed, this is really an amazing spot to eat.
Right.
Umis wants to know, Mike, do you know if there are Rise or Smugglers attraction pins at Pin Traders or the new Star Wars Trading Post? Did you see any of that?
I'm trying to think. Now, I just shot video of basically every display in the shop, so I could theoretically go through later and see if I can spot any. But they did have pins there. The only thing that I would question about that is I asked if they were selling the Resistance ITS shuttle toy, because I still haven't bought that. I was thinking about getting it. And they said that because that was an attraction-specific item, it's still only going to be available in the park. So maybe the pins are the same way. Like they wouldn't sell a Smuggler's Run or a Rise of the Resistance pin outside of the park. But I feel like they've sold attraction-specific stuff outside the park.
I was just gonna say I call shenanigans on that because we were just looking at Grizzly River Run and Soarin' merchandise.
Exactly. I don't know. That's the reason that I was given. So I don't. I'm not sure.
So you missed. Just stay tuned. Mike will have a full video later, I believe, where he goes a lot closer through what's going on at the Trading Post. We were there for the stream earlier. We actually started our stream a little bit early, but there were so many people waiting to get in. We kind of just went through it and then left.
Yeah, and there's like probably a 25-minute video coming that I shot this morning of me just like trying to shoot every square inch of that place, and I might have missed some stuff, but it should satisfy people who want to get a little bit of closer look at some of that stuff. So what I'm going to do now, Tony, is walk back out to the Esplanade and back through downtown Disney, and I'll probably get in line for the Wonderground Gallery. But I don't know when you want to end this. It's probably up to you.
Okay, let's do it out at the Esplanade again. So
okay.
As much as I would love to stay and be like, okay, so here's what you're going to get me at Wonderground. I have your Venmo. I know. I think Jeremiah already has a task for you anyway.
So they've started selling popcorn here again. For a while, this was closed, and then they were just selling the buckets with no popcorn. But now you can get popcorn again.
Any like souvenir buckets?
Yeah, they had the Simba one and the what they call the retro Disneyland one, which was,
is that the box one?
Yeah, that blue box.
I like that one.
I'll show you. It's right here.
Yeah, if you ever get popcorn and want to get rid of that bucket, let me know.
Well, I've already bought the bucket.
Oh, okay. Well, then, if you get a second bucket, let me know.
I think it was available at one of those Enchanting Extras things.
I think it was.
And I got it there.
I think it was the one when you got me the Toad, Mr. Toad.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, if I had known that was be there, I would have had to pick that up too. You've already done me enough favors. I don't need you to. Film school and running errands for Tony.
Merchandise for you while there's another one in transit.
Yes. This has been Shopping with Mike and Tony. Thanks for joining us after film school. Rose, I think Mike and I both agree with you. Even though there are no rides or characters, the magic is still there deep within.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could. I mean, I think that's why they reopened the park partially, because even just being inside the gates, you do get a little bit of a sense of the Disney magic.
You were there the first day, correct?
Yes.
So, and I think we had talked about this, or you and Doobie had, and I was just there vicariously. I don't know. But people were there just to hang out and like be in the park again.
Yes.
I would do the same thing. I remember when City Walk opened here, I just went to walk around City Walk.
And it's funny because I would really like to be here in the evening, and I haven't done it yet, even since the summertime when they started reopening Downtown Disney. I haven't stayed after dark at all.
Okay.
Just because like I always come in the opening, like we said, to get in without any trouble.
Yeah.
And then it would just be a very long day with no rides or anything to occupy me, to just hang around. But once the parks open, I'll be happy to stay all day long.
Can you enter from Harbor Boulevard side, or is it only?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you wanted to, they do have the security. I'm pretty sure it was earlier in the year or last year. I'm pretty sure I do see people coming in through the security over there.
Not to. Hey, everybody! Here's a workaround. I don't know. We haven't been there at night. I feel like maybe if you came in on that side, you'd have an easier time getting in.
Well, I'll say that I think that when they shut down the parking lot because of trying to keep the crowd down, they also shut down the security entrance on Harbor Boulevard.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, because I remember you also didn't you have an incident with you and your wife getting split up going through the separate entrances? Yeah. Yep.
I was very frustrated that morning. I've since gotten over it, but I got in line about something like 45 minutes before my wife did on the Harbor Boulevard side, and she got in line. She got in line for the parking and went in and parked in the Symbol lot, and then got in line on the Rainforest Cafe side, and she ended up getting into the park like 3.5 or 4 hours before I did. So that was crazy, and it was demonstrative of how poorly that day was planned out. But it really hasn't been a problem since then. So I'll give them. They kind of ironed out the bugs with that system, I think.
I changed my mind. We're not ending at Esplanade. Go to look at the fountain again.
Oh, I did want to point out that La Brea Bakery opened this week.
I was also going to ask that question too. So they are reopened.
Yeah, they opened on Wednesday, because I was here Tuesday and there was a sign that said reopening the next day, the following day. So
before Starbucks was opened, that was my favorite place to just grab a coffee and like a pastry and go to California Adventure.
What did you want with the fountain?
I just wanted to watch it. And then are the waterfalls up the path a little bit on still?
Yeah, we can do that.
The ones I was talking about. And then we'll end there. But yes, that goes back 20 years. I think it's supposed to be the California Poppy. I feel like the water represents something, but also I don't get it.
It represents water.
Yes, giving life to the California Poppy.
The line is a bit longer now for World of Disney.
Yeah, I think I hear them.
The waterfalls are right here.
What are these booths next to you on the right? Just snack booths?
Wetzel's Pretzels and Diggity Dogs.
Okay. Nice. Rose, happy belated birthday to Disney California Adventure. Yep, 20 years old on February 8th. A lot of growth and evolution. Yeah, these were only there to make white noise because that's where the trams pull in behind them.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for joining us today, Mike. You've got a lot to do still. Okay. I was going to say right there, yeah.
Okay, yeah, let me, I just couldn't hear you, so I'm just stepping.
Okay, oh, fair. That's the exact purpose of those waterfalls.
Okay. Let's say goodbye.
Cool. Amy wants some of that warm sunshine back in Texas, I believe is where Amy is. Amy, good luck. We'll send some of that warm to you. All right.
Good luck in Texas.
All right, everybody, thanks for joining us today, live from Downtown Disney. That's it for our live casts for today. Tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, it's Disney Trivia Live, hosted by Doobie and his son Gideon. I don't know what the topics are. They usually announce them. So if you like and subscribe, follow. As soon as that gets scheduled, you'll be notified of the topics. And then on Sunday, we have LP in depth. And then a whole slew of stuff next week, including visits to Animal Kingdom, Disney Parks Talk Live, Star Wars Headlines with yourself, Mike, more Disney Trivia Live. Stay tuned. Remember to like, subscribe, ring that bell, be notified whenever we go live and do stuff like this. From Downtown Disney and from LPHQ East, the subsidiary version. Bye, everybody.
Bye.